Welcome back to another Travel in Style. Today we're going to review Middle C, the jazz club located in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're only going to really focus in today on Middle C from the perspective of a restaurant. But if you go down to Middle C, you're most assuredly going to be able to view and hear some great jazz artists from around the world. But today we're going to focus in on the food. So on this visit to Middle C, we started off the meal with a French onion dip. So it came with some potato chips, and we were able to eat those. The dip had a pretty good flavor to it. I don't really eat dips. It's not really my thing, especially not cold dips. But the chips, the chips seemed like they were freshly made. Potato chips were freshly made, and the dip had a pretty good flavor to it. They didn't hurt themselves with it. Overall, it was really solid way to start off the meal. But the next thing I had was the short ribs with potatoes, as you can see here. So the short ribs with potatoes. The thing about this is I've had a lot of short ribs in my life, and different ways of preparing them. And what I would say, what I liked about the short ribs, it developed a really good beefy flavor. So that part was good. You could tell someone really braised it over a long period of time. But on the other side of things, the fat didn't really get rendered down as much as I would have liked on these short ribs. So the au jus that came with it was a nice played nicely with the potatoes. The potatoes didn't have a whole lot of seasoning to it, but when you use the au jus that came with the short ribs, it really came together to give you a solid flavor profile. With the fat not being reduced to the extent that I would like for it to be on the short rib, I'd have to give it a 7 overall for food. Um, the dessert is really flavorful, however. You'll see the picture coming up here in a little bit of the cheesecake. The cheesecake is really nice, is topped with a little bit of cinnamon on top, real smooth texture. It's sweet, but not too sweet. A great way to close a meal out. For the ambiance at Middle C, is like I mentioned earlier, it is a jazz club. So you're gonna hear some great music. Every time we go there, we hear great artists. So the ambiance, I'll have to rank it at a 9 out of 10. Finally, for service. Every time I go to Middle C, the service has been great. There's many people that will help you out. They have a little feature on the table, a little light that you hit the light, and whoever the closest server is to your table will come over and assist you, whether it is extra drink, if you want another appetizer or entree. They'll be very quick to help you out there. So for service, because every time I go there, you don't have to wait long to get assisted. I'm going to have to give it an 8 for service. So overall, Middle C, I would definitely recommend this place, and I give it an overall rating of 8. Like I said, the food is solid, but the service and ambiance really kick it up a notch. I would definitely recommend this place for either a date night or just to relax after a hard week's work. So check out Middle C if you haven't already, and look for our next restaurant review coming up soon. And if you're going to travel, you might as well travel in style.